Hello students, I am Pushpa Saha from KV Kamla Nehru Nagar. Today I will be teaching you letter writing, formal letter writing. But before starting the topic formal letter writing, we should know what is letter and what is its importance. Letters are very effective means of communication, though email and fax have overtaken letter writing. Still, its significance, its importance cannot be underestimated because a letter can be more expressive, it can be emotional, and it can be preserved for posterity. For future time, we can preserve it. Now, you can see in the slide, there are two types of letter writing, informal letter and formal letter. Informal letter, they are written to near and dear ones like your father, mother, friends, grandparents, and cousins. Whereas formal letters are written to professionals like letter to auditor, official letter it may be. Official letter can be written to director, course director, anyone, or bank manager, anyone. Complaint letter also you can write to these persons. Enquiry letter, placing order letter. These are five types of letters which are formal letter in class 10th course. Now, connection to the previous knowledge, students are aware of format of informal letter writing. You can see here, first of all, we write on the top in the left corner, sender's address. Then we write date, then dear, which is salutation, then the body of letter, that is content, and then subscription, yours faithfully, followed by name, your name. Here you can see the topic is formal letter. This is the layout of formal letter. In the formal letter, first of all, we have to write sender's address in the extreme left, and this sender's address should be in 2 to 3 lines as per given the address. It should be very clear. The address should be very clear. Then date should be also very clear. Then you have to write the receiver's address, and after that you will write subject followed by the salutation sir. Then you will start the paragraphs. In first paragraph you will introduce yourself and purpose of writing letter. In the second paragraph you may write problems and causes. In third paragraph you can write suggestions and conclusion, then leave taking phrase, that is thanking you, and subscription, yours faithfully, followed by name and his post. You can see a piece of how to write letter to editor and in which way you have to write down the sender's address. Here you can see 1/91 Park Street, then Vasundhara, Ghaziabad. You have to avoid using punctuation marks. See, then you have to write down the date. In this way also you can write the date. There are 2-3 types to write the date. This is one of them. And then in receiver's address, you will write the editor because you are writing the letter to editor. And then the name of the newspaper to which you are going to write. If you are writing to Hindustan Times, you will write the Hindustan Times. If it is any other local newspaper, then you have to mention the name of the local newspaper, whatever is given in the question. Then its address and then the main city. So in 4 lines, you have to write the receiver's address as given in the question, 3 to 4 lines. Then it should be the main thing is this, that you have to be very clear while writing the addresses. Then you have to write down the subject, which should be in 4 to 5 words. You should not write it in complete sentence. Mind it. Then in the first paragraph, again, the same thing, that is introduction. In second paragraph, you will write the problems and its causes. In detail, you will write. And then in third paragraph, you will conclude by mentioning your expectations from the editor. Or you can give your own suggestions also in order to arouse the public response. And then leave taking phrase, that is thanking you, followed by subscriptions, yours faithfully, the name and his post. Here is a sample of letter to editor. You can see this is the address, sender's address, then date. In this way also you can write. Then letter to editor, the editor, the Hindustan Times, New Delhi. 3 to 4 lines you can use. Here also you can use 2 to 3 lines. Then subject, here it is written, then here introduction is given and what is the problem. Here you can see. Then in the second paragraph, problems and causes are given here. Then here the conclusion. In conclusion, the person is writing, I request you to highlight the problem in your newspaper and arouse public interest or public response. We all need to get together in order to get the plant set up in the area. This is the conclusion or the suggestion what the person wants from the editor to do. Then again, this is leave taking line, thank you, yours sincerely, the subscription and the name of the person and the person what he is holding the post, member of Awas. Then this is the layout of the order letter. This is the second type of formal letter, order letter. Here also the same thing will be followed, sender's address, then date, then receiver's address, who is the to whom you are writing the name of that person's post will be written here, the store manager, the director, the publisher, whatever it is. Then here you have to write down the subject, and then salutation should be given, and who are you, you have to introduce yourself and what the person, what the school wants from him. For our school requires dash for the coming session, so I wish to place an order with your store, whatever things you want to order to that store manager, that you have to mention. Here the order is as follows. Here on one line you will write serial number, then the name of the items and how much quantity you want. And if you want to write down the name of the brand also, you can make a column here of brand and you can add the name of the brand also. Then this terms and conditions very necessary in your letter to be written, because what are the terms and conditions? All the items should be in perfect condition. Second condition is, in case any damaged items will be returned, payment would be made by check. I expect prompt delivery within a week. Within how many weeks you want that the things should be delivered, that you can write here. And then again leave taking phrase, that is thanking you, followed by subscription and the name of a person. Then the third type of letter is formal letter, is complaint letter. Here also the same thing you have to follow, sender's address, then date, then receiver's address, then subject, you have to write what complaint you are doing, then salutation. This is to bring to your kind notice that I bought. What is the item you have bought, that you have to mention here, and on which date you have bought that item, that date has to be also mentioned here. Then receipt number, without the bill number or receipt number, he cannot identify what object, what gadget you have taken from that person. So you have to write down the receipt number. These three things are very important when you file a complaint against the gadget what you have bought. Is not working properly. It worked well for a month, but now started creating trouble. So here you can write 3 to 4 problems. What does that gadget creating? What that gadget is creating? As that dash, what is here dash, whatever the commodity or the gadget you have bought, as the dash is in warranty period, I wish them to be replaced with new one immediately, so that your gadget will be uh, replaced, or it can be mended. So then the last thanking you have to write, because you have to use polite words, then subscription followed by your name. So this is a capsule for writing a complaint letter. Just you have to use the name of the item, date, a receipt number, and few problems you have to write here. And you have to, here you have to write down the name of the gadget. Then the last one is inquiry letter. Here again, the same process you have to follow: sender's address, then date, then receiver's address, then subject you have to write, inquiry about whatever uh, problem you are having, what you want to inquire to the person, that you have to write. With reference to your advertisement dated this in the newspaper, what is the name of the newspaper where you have seen that advertisement, on which date you have seen that advertisement, that you have to write down the date. And here you have to write down the name of the newspaper. I want to know about what you want to inquire about, that thing you have to write here. Then kindly furnish me with the following details. As per the subject you have to write. What do you want to ask about the fee, about the transportation facility, about any special attractions if that person is giving you, or some discount if he is giving you. So you have to mention all those things what you want to inquire from that person. You have to be very clear with all these things. Then I shall be highly thankful if you provide all the details at the earliest, because you have to use polite words. So these words, this line is important for you. Then leave taking phrase, thanking you, then followed by subscription, yours faithfully, your name, give as it is given in the question paper, or as you are dealing with practical life. In your practical life, you have to write down your name. Here you can see a sample of inquiry letter. 155, a green enclave, model town, Lucknow, December 2, 2018. This is also a way of writing letter. Date, you can write in this way also, the date. The director, National Science Center, Anand Vihar, Lucknow. Subject, inquiry regarding astronomy club. Here, the person wants to inquire about astronomy club, because the child is interested to participate in this astronomy club. With reference to the advertisement published in the Hindu, the astronomy club that is going to be organized by the National Science Center in Lucknow in a fortnight, I wish to join the club. This boy, this child, he wants to join the club. I am a student of Vidya Anjali, a public school, Lucknow, studying in 10th class. I have a very keen interest in astronomy. I wish to join ISRO when I grow up. I have written to you, esteemed self, to know a few details of the club as mentioned below. That is venue. Where is the venue? He wants to know about what is the duration of that course, what is the fee structure, what are the activities that they are going to perform in that astronomy club, and what is the transportation mode. So all these things the child wants to know, and he feels he will be very grateful if you provide him with the above mentioned details, so that he can do the formalities to join the club. Looking forward to his prompt response. So in this way, you can write your letter by using I, because this, if you are writing letter, you have to use I pronoun. Then thanking you, yours faithfully, and the name of the person. Now children, I would like to tell you common errors you all are doing while writing these type of letters. See what errors you are doing. Writing the complete address in one line. This you often do. The whole address is written in one line. Then it is wrong. If you write the whole address in one line, it is wrong, because address should be very clear. If the address is not clear, then the delivery boy, he faced the difficulty in delivering the things. So it should be crystal clear. Then format of date, usually children, they write in this way, 24-1-20 or 24/1/20. This is wrong. This should not be used. It should be written as I have told you earlier. Then the children, they use to the editor. Two words should not be used. It should be used the editor. Then use of salutation sir. After sir, they use comma. Comma should not be used. Then the entire the whole thing they write in a single paragraph. The introduction, the problem, the conclusion, everything they write in a single paragraph. It should not be done. Then use of yours faithfully, always they use this apostrophe S. They should not use apostrophe S, they should write YOURS, then faithfully. Then again, after faithfully, they use comma. This is also wrong. Yours faithfully, it is all obsoleted. Do not follow the length of a subject. They write the whole sentence in a subject. So children, please don't make these errors while writing the letter. I think you have enjoyed this lesson. Thank you so much.